Hey everybody, this is Townsend. Thank you so much for tuning in. As a lot of you know, these conversations began as joined live streams that turned into podcasts to help reach more people and spread more hope. Thank you so much for your patience with the quality of sound as we figure out the best way to bring you these important chats, just in hopes of spreading more love and positivity. I hope you enjoy.
This is Grace and Matt. So they are traveling from one side of the coast to the other. Just the other day, they posted that they were over 2,000 miles in, which is just bonkers, blows my mind. All right, y'all get it figured out?
I think so. Is it working for everybody?
It sounds okay to me. Is everybody else? Okay. People said no more feedback, so I think we're good.
We fixed it.
Nice.
Yes, awesome. Okay, well, what's up, guys? Nice to meet y'all.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, absolutely. So my name is Townsend. I am from Conway, Arkansas. You guys walked through, and I was sad I didn't get to meet y'all, but this is even better.
We loved Conway.
Yeah.
We're excited to do this and get to meet you virtually.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so cool. So we've already got a ton of people on here. Got people saying hi from all over. And I actually had some people send me some questions they wanted to ask. So if it's cool, I'm going to throw those in at the end. Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. So let's go ahead and jump in. So tell us a little bit about each of you guys. So I know I've been following your trek since just about the beginning, but it's all about your journey and things like that. So tell us kind of where you guys are originally from, how y'all met. Did y'all have previous jobs? Like, fill us in about you guys.
So Grace and I met at our best friend's wedding in Spokane, Washington. So she was living in Nebraska and I was living in Idaho. And my buddy, I was the best man. She was the maid of honor. We were both dating other people. And ultimately it ended up with me flying to Iowa to convince her to move to California. And
then I moved.
And then she moved. And then we ended up selling our stuff. We lived in California for about 10 months, so right around a year.
Yeah, he's from Idaho. I'm from Iowa. You said I was from Nebraska, so I was clarifying.
You were living
in Nebraska. Yeah.
And then here we are. We got all of our stuff in our cart, Timmy, and we're walking across the United States.
What were you doing for work?
I was working I was a assistant high school basketball coach, and then I was also working at an elementary school as a student relations liaison, so helping out with disciplinary stuff with the little kids and lunch detention and stuff like that.
And then I'm a public relations manager, so I work online, so I still do that, and I've been able to kind of go where I want to when moving to California or deciding to walk across America.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Very cool. Okay, I think everybody's wondering, where did the idea for this journey begin? Like, how the heck did this start? Because I know I posted about it jokingly on my page, but like I walk down my neighborhood that's like half a mile and I'm already out of breath. So seeing you guys walk like 23 miles a day, or like I said, over 2,000 miles total, how the heck did that come up and be like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Chafing sounds really fun. Let's do that.
I mean, we've always kind of liked walking in general. But I read a book from Jedediah Jenkins called To Shake the Sleeping Self. And he bicycled from Oregon down to South America. But in the first couple chapters, it talks about how his parents were one of the first people to document their walk across the United States. And I thought it sounded fun, so I brought it up to Grace early in the morning while she was still sleeping, while I went off to work. And when I got home, she had a whole notepad filled out with why and how we're going to do it. And then we just chose October because that was when our lease was up, and we just sold all our stuff. I know it sounds so crazy, but it was all kind of just, we just went for it.
Yeah, man, that's so awesome. That's crazy. It's like, it's almost one of those ideas. It's almost like a ton of people can live vicariously through you guys. So I know I had that day. I want to just sell everything and start fresh, but you never do it.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
Yeah, I can't imagine. So you brought your two dogs along.
Well, we started with Foxy. And
Foxy is the teacup Yorkie.
Yeah, and she's 8 years old. I've had her since high school. And then Nemo, she found us in the Sitgreaves National Forest in Arizona. So she's only been with us since November 13th.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, very cool. Man, they seem to be trucking along. They're doing just fine.
Oh yeah, they love it, and Foxy loves it. It's nice out.
Yeah, yeah. She loves the sunshine.
Yeah.
I love it. So I was following along at Timmy. One, that buggy's like to die for. You could do advertisement for that buggy. And then y'all got, what was it, Tammy? Is that what you named it?
Yeah,
Tammy's
And it's the worst.
Yeah.
We did 2 days. We did 2 days, and it helped for the purpose of giving Nemo a couple days off for feet. But
yeah, because we did a few days and it was raining a bunch, and that's why we think what happened, because she's had no problems with her feet. Her feet look great now too, but she had like a little spot on one of her back paws, and it wasn't bad, but we just didn't want it to get to the, we still have 700 miles left, or at that point we had 700 miles left, and so we didn't want it to get bad, so we bought the Tammy from Walmart and pulled her around, but that was a pain.
Yeah.
Tammy is no good.
Yeah, Tammy's out.
Yeah, I noticed she kind of disappeared from the pictures.
Yeah, quickly.
Okay. Just for my knowledge, there was one day, and I've thought about this. So y'all went from Arkansas to Mississippi, and then you got to Mississippi, and you woke up one day and everything was damp just from humidity. And I just can't imagine. And you were talking about, I know this is TMI, but really chafing like all day. But I mean, you're walking 20 plus miles. How do you do that back to back and not take a day to kind of heal? And
well, we're taking a day tomorrow.
Yeah, we did like normally we do about 100 miles in a week, so it averages about 18 miles per day, and you get an off day. But this week we did 120 miles. Just sometimes it works out that way, where the towns are at, where you have a place to sleep.
I would say we don't normally chafe.
It's just a certain pair of underwear I have. It's not we were out of clean clothes, so I had to wear my crappy pair of underwear, and I knew it was going to do it too, and it did do it. But I got it fixed. I got my good pair of underwear on. So
that's kind of like Tammy. You got to get rid of those.
They've got
no good. Good Lord.
It's going to happen, so might as well just not have them.
That's I'm pretty sure I'd just go commando. I'm not gonna lie.
I
haven't really had any issues. I don't think with chafing. I don't think there was. This is way too. This might be way too TMI. There was one time I didn't have any underwear clean again, so I wore a thong, and it was really hot and sweaty, and it just like chafed so bad.
Oh no!
But that's been my only time.
Yeah.
My face is so red.
Man, 300 people just heard you talk about your thong, so that's really cool.
That's what we say. We keep everything real. We don't hide anything. So there we go.
I'm not even kidding. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. That makes my cheeks burn. Like hearing about that, I'm like kind of like maybe I have chafing. I don't know. Man.
Yeah, I've learned commando's better.
Yeah, right. It's anything's better than floss. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the people like myself, I did not follow y'all day one. I'm not even sure how I came across you guys. It's just one of those Instagram things you popped up. I like to check out traveling and outdoorsy things, and you guys popped up, so I've been following you since then. But when did you guys start this trek? So what day did y'all decide to?
October 2nd.
Okay, very good. Yeah, so I wasn't too far behind. October 2nd, and y'all are planning on ending the last day being when?
May 1st.
May 1st, very good. That's awesome. Yep. It's coming up.
Yeah, we only have like 48 days.
Yeah, we're in the 40 day count.
Wow, that is crazy. Okay, so y'all were talking about, you kind of told her spur of the moment in the morning. She had it all planned out when you came back. Has anything changed? Like, what did the planning consist of? Did y'all actually sit down or?
Well, I mean, really what she had, because when I originally came up with the idea from the book, it was just, I thought it'd be cool to do the walk. She had kind of written out what we had to do. She had time in the bottle in mind of, hey, our reason why to walk. We could have just walked, but it makes it much more meaningful to have a reason to do it. So it was more so of relating to time in the bottle, what we needed to do, and kind of preparing before the walk began.
And another thing is like, because, when he first brought it up to me, the first thing I did was go to YouTube and stuff because I was like, what am I getting into?
Yeah.
But I felt like I couldn't really find a whole lot of information. So, and I went to school for advertising and public relations. So I was like, I don't know if we're going to do this, we might as well try and share our story the best that we can and like show all sides of it. And so that was kind of our next idea.
You did watch a lot of videos.
Yeah. So first we picked the nonprofit, which is my mom. So that was easy to pick. And then second was deciding that we wanted to share it. So then we needed to talk about like getting comfortable in front of the camera and learning how to do different things that way. So that was kind of our two biggest things when it came to planning.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
So watching y'all's journey, y'all don't plan out like hotels or where you're going to sleep. You just kind of do it on the fly.
Yeah, we've planned in the past and it kind of sucks.
Sometimes you have to, but really also, I mean, once we reached Oklahoma, I mean, when it really started becoming, it's been fun the whole time, but when we really started having a lot of people interaction, and I mean, we've stayed in so many different places. We've stayed in barns, wineries, on the side of the road, other side of the railroad track, under a bridge, warehouses. Once TikTok just blew up. We don't even get TikTok still. And it went viral. One video went viral, and all of a sudden, every town pretty much we were going to, we had people offering us a spot to sleep and stuff, which makes it easy, because one of the hardest parts is when you're walking all day long and you don't know where you're going to sleep. I mean, we still do it, and there's a rewarding part of that as well. But we haven't had to plan.
That's really neat. It kind of, watching y'all's videos kind of helps, it brings back hope and humanity. Mm-hmm. Right? Because all you see on the news is how bad it is and the world is a terrible place and everybody's hateful. But like watching your videos and how loving and accepting everybody's been in all these states has been really cool. It's refreshing.
Yeah, we haven't had a single bad experience, and I'm not even going to say knock on wood because and so we just want to really try to, like, we've noticed, especially when we wave at people who might seem kind of nervous at first, it kind of brings them out and makes them talk. And I think everyone's, especially after everyone being locked in their house and stuff, like, people are just scared to say hello and how's it going. And with social media, it's so easy to hide behind your phone, and like you get so scared to actually have eye-to-eye contact or talk to people. And so we're just trying to show that, like, everyone's human. You can all be friends if you just say hello or wave or I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's awesome. Like I said, like for people sitting at home, not being able to go out, especially with COVID and all this crazy stuff going on, it's really refreshing seeing people. I mean, they're stopping you guys, giving you drinks, places to stay, coffee. Like you'll post, I saw y'all posted something about an amino energy drink, and then people bring you like case loads.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
It's really nice. I mean, people are so kind, and everyone just wants to be a part of being good, which is so awesome. And our hope is that, like, maybe it takes, you know, what we share, but then that they'll go and spread that to even more people than to just us. Like, they'll spread it to everybody.
Yeah.
I love it. That's so cool. So what, from there, you've been through all these states, met all these people, especially like you said, from Oklahoma on. What's been your favorite place and or your favorite moment? So what's something that's like really stuck with you that's been like, you're going to remember that forever?
Honestly, we just walked into Iuka.
Iuka's pretty cool.
We love this place. I know we just got here and we like haven't seen it at all, but we've been getting some great vibes here.
We found Nemo.
Yeah, Nemo. We got engaged.
We got engaged on the trip.
We walked through the Arizona.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's so hard to choose like a specific place. I really hate to choose a certain place just because everywhere is so different and everywhere gives you different, I don't know.
I mean, we've met awesome people. I mean, the best part of the trip is how many people you meet, not even how many, but the quality of people you meet. And we've met great people everywhere. I mean, people will always be like, what's your favorite state or your favorite city? We've liked them all. And, you know, even like Arizona, New Mexico, there wasn't a lot of people interaction there, but we loved the landscapes there. So every place is so different.
It's so hard to choose.
Yeah, I bet so. I didn't know if something like, well, I guess getting engaged is a huge ordeal.
Yeah, that was fun.
That's awesome. Okay, so how long have y'all been together dating?
About a year and a half. So, I mean, we met at the wedding. And then I broke up with my
And that was in
girlfriend as soon
August
as
of
as soon
2019.
as I got back home to Boise. I was like, I didn't know I was gonna get Grace, but I knew I had to try, and I knew the girl I was with at the time didn't even compare. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but
Sure.
as far as connection wise, and so then she was dating someone, and I was being respectful as much as I could, but I was texting her and I was saying, hey, I got to convince you how much I knew I loved her.
I thought he was kind of crazy at
Yeah.
first, I'll be honest.
But I spent the most money I've ever spent to get a plane ticket over to Iowa, and we went to the state fair, and I said, hey, you got to come out to California, and it ended up working out.
Yeah, so I moved down there in October.
Wow.
And
you thought he was crazy, but you did it.
Well, she's crazy.
I love it. Man, what a love story though. Like, how cool is that? That's literally like a storybook. I know over 2,000 miles, this many days and months and all this stuff, there has to be struggles. Like several people have messaged on here. I'll go back and read these messages in a minute. They're coming in so fast I can't keep up. But I saw a couple of people ask, how has it hindered your relationship? But I also wanted to ask, what's the most difficult part been, even just journey wise, physical wise, mental wise, whatever. So what's the most difficult part been versus also how it has affected your relationship?
For me, the most difficult part has been, so I'm allergic to a bunch of stuff, and so it makes me, like, if you watch videos, you can kind of see sometimes my face will be more swollen or less swollen. Like, it kind of just varies, and so that's been hard just because I can't cook my own food, so I can't control what I'm eating. So I've kind of just had to accept that, like, I'm going to be in pain sometimes, which is no big deal, but that's probably been the hardest part for me.
Yeah. I mean, diet's been one of the biggest things, especially you just can't have consistency with it. And when we are eating better, we do feel better. But sometimes you can't do anything about it. As far as relationship wise, I mean, we haven't had any problems. I mean, we don't fight. I mean, if we're not getting along, we take a 5-minute break, and then I say, hey, what's the issue? Let's get it solved.
At first, I'd say the hardest part was mornings, just because he wakes up, if you watch our videos, he wakes up at 5 a.m., he's singing, and that's not really me. So that's the hardest part.
I mean, when we're hungry, we usually get a little bit more agitated about stuff.
We get serious hanger issues. That is no joke.
Yeah.
I don't have to walk 1,000 miles to know I'm hangry. Like, I think everybody can relate to that for sure.
Yeah. And we've noticed that too, is while we are spending a lot of time together, it's still hard to find those times, especially with all the stuff we're trying to do for Time in a Bottle and social media wise and taking care of the dogs. It's really hard. Even, we'll be able to take an off day tomorrow, but it's really hard to find those times where it's just us two being able to spend time together.
Where we're not like sometimes we have to just take time and say, okay, we're not going to talk about work or ideas or anything. We try to just like be in the moment, but even that's sometimes hard.
Yeah, that's been one of the hardest parts probably.
Yeah. Like, it's kind of hard to date, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's more like best friends, which is fine, but it's just sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I can imagine that. I mean, you're pretty much working 24/7, even if it is fun. It's still work. Yeah, absolutely. So speaking of him waking up at 5, we're singing, we're ready to go. Like I said, on your videos, they're super motivating. One, because the people are amazing, but your attitude is so like level. The only time I've seen you post about getting frustrated that people won't get over and give you space. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, I've been getting very mad about that lately.
Well, I can understand.
But the people are awesome. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. So yesterday I started doing this thing where if cars are riding the white line, I'll like wave them off. And yesterday Grace was like, hey, are you going a little bit overboard? I'm like, no, I don't think so. And then today I started right away by doing it, and people are waving at me, smiling as I'm doing it. So it's so hard for me to get mad. People are so nice, but I'm like, come on.
Get over it. I love it. Yeah. Well, seeing the video from the side, y'all on the side of the road, like pushing almost horizontally, it's wild. Like, it's super weird. And so I get, you want to be on the road and people won't pull over. So there's a ton. I mean, there's rain, there's chafing, there's sun, heat. How do y'all wake up and stay positive every day? Like, what's your motivation?
I mean, our biggest, like, our mission, I guess, and something that we want to try and share with people no matter what, before this, during this, and after this, is that we just want to help people find love in the little things, and that's really important. I mean, life is so short, and getting bogged down about something that you can't control, just there's not really any point.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing we've learned too, we've got it pretty easy. I mean, yeah, we're walking a lot of miles and stuff, but we've got people giving us snacks, people getting us rooms, people paying for our food. I mean, we've been taken well care of. It's really hard for me to be mad. And we're living our best life every single day. We're waking up and there's a brand new road to walk and there's brand new people to meet and there's brand new experiences. It's hard for me to be mad when I know there's so many other people out there who are going through something so much more difficult. I mean, yeah, we're walking.
So does that carry over, like that way of living? Does that carry over when y'all are at home and living at home? Or y'all just that kind of way? Like, just take a 5-minute break. We'll get back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we don't let anything upset us too much. We've had days where stuff would upset us for about an hour or so, and we would even know, like, hey, we shouldn't be upset about this. But sometimes it is okay to be upset about stuff.
Yeah.
But just being conscious of it, like not letting a few bad drivers wear me down to where I'm not enjoying the sunshine outside and the birds chirping. Yeah, just being conscious. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's super important to kind of go off of that like this, which we're kind of doing, but staying glued to your phone. People forget to look up from your phone and enjoy the tiny things. So I try to do that, start my morning every morning with a cup of coffee and just unplug and looking and just kind of soak it in, because you get one shot at life, right? Like, why waste it being mad?
Yeah, absolutely. That's even something, I mean, yeah, we're posting our whole lives on social media, but like, we try really hard. I mean, we'll take a video, we post it, and then we're off the phone. Like, we're not walking, scrolling. We're not, if we are meeting people or people are hosting us, we're not on our phones. Our phones are in our room, and we are talking to those people because you only get to meet them once probably. And so it's just really important to us that we're not, even though we're sharing our story, we're not sitting on our phone all the time. So that's why also sometimes we don't respond to messages, but we're trying to,
Yeah, I love that. That's super cool that y'all have decided to do that, because it'd be easy to get carried away. It's super easy. It's right in front of you, right?
Yeah.
So I saw that y'all were talking about you've got future plans coming, and you don't have to give them if it's a surprise or anything, but do you have future treks planned? Is it going to be anything like this big? Like, what are y'all thinking?
It's going to be big.
Yeah, it's going to be big.
Okay.
Our title is Us and Bus. So right now we're on the search for a 22-foot
tall bus, so I don't hit my head on it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to raise the roof, but we have a plan with that. We're still kind of finalizing the details, but it'll be a good one.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, very cool. So you're gonna are you just gonna change your socials now to something else, or are you just gonna keep the same page?
I think we'll keep it the same.
Yeah, we'll always be the Golden Road.
I mean, we honestly came up with the Golden Road, I think it was when I flew down to meet her.
All right. So you've mentioned, and you put on there, you're doing this all, none of it comes out of your pocket. Every penny goes to a nonprofit called Time in a Bottle. You post that on all of your socials. You talk about it a little bit, but tell us a little bit about that. Earlier, you said that was your mom's?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us what that is.
So Time in a Bottle is a nonprofit that cleans homes for children battling life-threatening illnesses for free, and each family gets 5 free cleans to choose, from when they're coming home from chemo, stuff like that, to make sure it's a sanitary place. It's also something people don't think of as, like, you just don't realize how, I mean, it's so easy for your house to get so dirty, and so it's just, one of those things that is very helpful to give you more time with someone who might not have a lot of time. And so hopefully not, but you know what I mean? But she started it because my brother had cancer when he was 11, and he's good now, but she needed to get another job so that she could make money and go to his appointments as well. And so she started cleaning. And then once he got better, she had clients and stuff. So she kept cleaning, kept that company, but she wanted to find a way to give back to the community for all that they had helped with our family. And she realized, how important cleaning was. And so that's when she started Time in a Bottle and started helping out these families. And growing up, I always helped out with that. And we did a cleaning up cancer carnival, and that was the big fundraiser. And that got canceled this year due to COVID. And so then when we decided to walk, I thought this is not only a great way to raise a bunch of money, but also spread it away from just Cedar Rapids and try to get more cleaning companies to hop on board with this so that we can help even more families around the United States.
Wow, that is awesome. So you usually post your goal. So what have y'all raised so far?
We need to do another tally, but
yeah, I think we're close to $37,000 right now.
Man, that is awesome.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll have to retally and see what we're at. We set a goal for $500,000 just because why not?
Yeah.
Go big or go home.
Yeah. So, I mean, we probably won't reach that, but hey, you never know. We still have a couple months left, but we're still, I mean, we're not going to be upset if we only raise, I mean, $37,000 is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, we're happy about that. And, everything's awesome. Whatever we can do.
Yeah. It's not really only 37. And that's amazing for walking.
Yeah.
For something you're going to do anyway.
Yeah, right.
Like, how cool is that? Okay, so Time in a Bottle, super cool nonprofit. How can people make a donation if they're interested in doing that?
Yeah, the easiest way is www.timeinaBottle.org, and right there on the website, I believe it's right on the landing page, there's a spot that says donate now.
Perfect. I think y'all even have like, if you go to your Instagram, you have a little thing you can click on. It'll go straight there.
Yep, it's in the link in our bio.
Perfect. Yeah, so very good. So everybody, you'll have a ton of supporters. Like I said, I followed since almost the beginning, and you're up to like, I think between Facebook and Instagram, it's like 30,000 followers or something crazy, getting close to that.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah. So it is growing, and every day it's getting bigger and bigger. But what would be cool is if all those 30,000 people, everybody wants to meet y'all and bring you drinks and do all these things, which is great. But if everybody could get on and donate even $1 to Time in a Bottle, you double your earnings. So to everybody listening, hop on their Instagram. Like she said, there's a direct link you can click on. Go to timeinaBottle.org and donate just $1 or $2, whatever you can give is super helpful.
Yeah, and then another thing with that is, we always have we want to make sure our journey anyone can watch. We want to make it feel like you're walking with us, even if you can't. We always have people who are like, hey, I can't donate. That's okay. Just share our message, share what's going on. That's just as valuable as donating $1. If everyone could even share it. I mean, that's how we've raised so much money right now, is just word of mouth. Facebook has been a huge one. Facebook's been huge in Arkansas and Mississippi, with just people pulling over on the side of the road and helping us raise donations. So if you can't donate, don't feel bad about it. Just share with your friends or family, even if that's not sharing on social media, and just help us spread what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I know when I posted this on my social media, a lot of my friends were like, who is this? But when they look, it's super interesting. It's something that is just so cool, because not everybody gets the opportunity. And again, I think my favorite thing about watching is just seeing how great people really are.
Yeah.
Because everything, like I said earlier, I've said this a couple times, but the news is so negative right now with COVID being locked up. Everything's just a little bit depressing, and we just got out of winter, and watching you guys, you're always in a good mood. Everybody treats you so well. It's really cool to watch.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I would say one thing too that we've been talking about is we're super happy to be able to have a platform to where we can share positivity and happiness. However, there's a lot of bad stuff like you've talked about on social media. Wake up in the morning, put your phone down, go outside, wave at your neighbor, or go say hi to someone you don't know and see what happens. I mean, there's so many possibilities in the world, and so many people you can meet. And so, I mean, there's just so much good.
You don't have to do something like super drastic to make a change. It can be something so small, and it can affect your life in a huge way.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Awesome. Very good. Okay. Let's hop into some of the questions people have asked. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So somebody said, between all the posts that you do, the visiting, the self-care, when do you guys have time to sleep?
I mean, at night, but like, honestly, that's sometimes why camping is so nice, because when we stay in a place like this, we're like, okay, we actually have.
We'll stay up till 12 probably tonight.
Because we don't get the opportunity that often to have, stuff to plug into our devices and stuff. But so camping's really nice because we go to bed sometimes at like 6 p.m. and it's really nice. But honestly, I don't know. We'll be able to sleep later. We get sleep.
We sleep. I mean, There's some nights we don't sleep well, and we've noticed that too. When we don't sleep well, it makes the walking way harder. Just like with your diet, if you're not eating the right food, it's way harder. If we're sleeping 7-8 hours and eating well, the walking's easy, really. But we get between 6 and 8 hours, pretty average, I would say.
We're very productive with our time, so we're able to get a lot done in short periods.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so somebody else asked, how much did you have to save up to make this trip? Was there like a budget that you that you made a goal to save up? I know, Grace, you said you were still working on the road.
Yeah, that helps a lot. But honestly, I mean, we sold everything. We were prepared to be able to do it on our own without any help, but ever since our TikTok blew up, I mean, we're not going to lie, people have been beyond helpful. So we've honestly been able to save some money, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have a budget set. We just knew, hey, we're going to get rid of our cars. We don't have an apartment to pay for. We don't have car payments to pay for. So that's huge. Right along with that, it depends how you do the walk. There's been so many people who have done the walk in different ways. You don't have to get a hotel. There's ways around it. You have to get them from time to time, but there's ways around that.
Like before we were getting help, we would do 4 to 5 nights of camping, and then one night, and we would just get a cheap hotel so that we could shower, charge stuff, and then we would keep going. But it just
we were stressed out a little bit, like we knew we could do it money-wise. We were stressed a little bit, watching really closely what we were doing. We've never blown money on anything, but more so like, hey, instead of getting the $15 burger at the restaurant, you might be eating ramen and something from the gas station, sort of a thing. But
because we need to have money when we finish.
We've been helped so much. We've been helped so much. I mean, and we don't ask for anything. Like we always tell people, if people are like, hey, I want to get you a hotel room, we say, hey, we appreciate that. We don't need you to do that. If you really want to, here's how you can. However, we'd rather you just donate the time in the bottle. But we have people pay for our hotel rooms. We have people pay for our meals.
Yeah,
we've had people
have been
buy
so
our
nice,
shoes.
even when we're like, no, please.
And we're never going to deny that. And I mean, that's part of, there's been so many great people out there. And we're really blessed and thankful for it.
I love it. That's so cool. Very good. Somebody asked earlier, how are you fitting everything into Timmy, your little buggy? So people bring you food, like the cabinets will be covered with food. You've got clothes. How are you keeping up with all that?
If we're at like so during the days, sometimes, Timmy does get really over with stuff. I mean, we try to eat while we walk. We haven't really stopped for lunch in a long time because we just eat snacks as we're walking. But if we stay in a hotel or something, anything we don't eat, or if we think we're only going to eat like one bite of something, then we won't open it. And we just write a note and say, if you guys know anyone who would want this food, I mean, it's not open. So we just say, please take whatever you need and help it go to someone who might need it. When we get like t-shirts and stuff, whenever we get to another post office, we will send that stuff home. I think that's about
I mean, for the most part, we're able to put everything in there. There are some days where we have 5 to however many people giving us bags of stuff, and we're super thankful and grateful for it, and we do our best to carry it.
Foxy sometimes gets mad because she's got like 10 water bottles around her.
But, it always works itself out.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes we do say to people like, hey, we really appreciate it, but we can't take that.
All right, what's one thing that this journey's taught y'all? Like, what's one lesson you take from this?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good people in the world. Don't ever let anyone tell you differently. If you think that there's not, go out and just don't be afraid. Just go out and explore and go try to meet people. Most people want you to say hello to them. They might be a little bit scared. Most people want to have a conversation, and the world revolves around people. Everything's about people. It'd be nice just
to go back to simpler times sometimes.
Yeah, man, isn't that true? I think that all the time. And I'm not even that old, but we could ride our bike neighborhoods away and nobody worried about us. I remember my mom would be like, be home before dinner. And that's it. That's all we had to worry about. And now people are afraid to let their kids in the front yard.
Yeah, which is sad.
It is sad. How does it feel to be inspirational to so many strangers? So you got 30,000 people watching you walk, and they're all like, you bring sunshine to all of them. How's that make you feel?
It makes us feel good just because it makes us feel like we're making a positive difference.
Yeah, I mean, we just like smiling and having a good time and sharing it with people. So it's awesome that we're able to do that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We just want everyone to be happy, you know. So whatever we can do to help, that's awesome. And
we would hug everybody if we could.
Hey, I love it. I love it. So somebody was asking, actually several people have asked, if they wanted to send you items like in the future when you get home, how would they go about that? Do you like people doing that? What's your suggestion for people like that?
I love mail. That sounds weird, but I mean, like, I like snail mail.
If it's not a bill, I love it.
Yeah, exactly. We actually, again, I think it's in our Instagram bio as well, but also in our link we have a PO box.
Perfect. Cool. So there were a ton of people asking about that. So check out the PO box. Everybody that asked about postcards from them, check out the Patreon. Very good. Grace, a lot of people were talking about, you look like you've got some sun.
Yeah.
You look like you've gotten kissed by the sun a little bit.
I've been putting on sunscreen. I put on copper tone like 10 times, but I'm pale and blonde and I burn easy.
I love it. That's awesome. Guys,
thank you.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. It's been awesome.
Thank you for having us. We had so much fun talking.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll have to touch back base when you guys finish and see what your next trip is.
Yeah, absolutely. When we come back to Conway, we'll hit you up.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do it. There was actually a girl, she said she was from Russellville coming through Conway, and she was going to mail y'all some stuff. So I think I might throw you some Townsend merch and mail it your way.
Okay, awesome. Thanks so much.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a pleasure meeting you guys. Y'all be careful, and we will be watching your journey, okay? Thank y'all so much.
All right.
It's been a pleasure. Everybody keep
thanks
up
to all
with
of our
them.
friends on here as well.
We love you.
Absolutely. Hey, keep spreading positivity. You guys are doing an awesome thing.
Thank
you.
All right, we'll
Bye.
keep up. See ya.
If you enjoyed this conversation and are interested in becoming a sponsor, feel free to shoot me an email at townsendtmusic@hotmail.com or shoot me a message on any social media platform at Townsendtmusic for more information. I would love for you to become a member to help spread awareness that you're not alone. If you're looking to buy or sell, I have the perfect realty company for you. Clark & Co. Realty is located in the Benton, Bryant, Arkansas area. And they understand that buying or selling a home is more than just a transaction. It's a life-changing experience. That's why their team of highly seasoned real estate professionals is dedicated to providing exceptional, personalized services for all their clients. They truly take great pride in the relationships they build, and they always work relentlessly on the client's behalf to help them achieve their perfect real estate goals. They always have the client in mind, and I can speak firsthand when I say how reliable, trustworthy, and quick they were. When I was looking to buy my first home, they were there with me every step of the way, answering every question I could think of. They showed me a great amount of knowledge and patience through the process. It's no wonder they've won so many awards for their outstanding services and their excellent relationships with clients. So if you're looking to buy or sell, there is no better option than Clark & Co. Realty.